Hey guys, welcome to a very unusual basketball time machine episode. So no intro, no anything. This is basically just me speaking my mind about the current NBA. And if you follow my show on a regular basis, you know every once in a while I have to say something about the status of the NBA, because for me as a fan for so many years since the early 1990s, it is devastating to see the stuff that has been going on. And in the past couple of days, it is now public knowledge that the NBA is not doing so well when it comes to viewership, and you see countless videos on YouTube now where people explain their point of view why the NBA sucks. And I was wondering, okay, why is it taking everybody so long to be outspoken about that? Because I've been saying that for many years, and I reached a point where I honestly think that Adam Silver needs to be fired. But let me rewind it back. The first thing you guys need to know, if you don't know my show or know me, I'm not the typical old guy hating on today's world in general. Like, for example, I'm also a huge soccer fan, and even though I feel that players nowadays could have been a little bit more outspoken like they were in the 80s and 90s, skill-wise, I 100% agree that the game has evolved and it's a much better game in total. So I have no problem with advancing and progress and everything as long as the product is getting better. And with the NBA, it's absolutely going the wrong way for so many years. Now, I'm coming from a generation where I grew up with David Stern, and even back in the days where not everybody was a fan of that guy, there's no denying without him the NBA wouldn't have become this pop cultural phenomenon in the 1990s. Obviously, we also have to give a lot of credit to Magic Johnson and to Larry Bird and obviously Michael Jordan. But for the past 10 years, the NBA got so unwatchable that at this point, it reached its peak. Like, I literally could not watch an entire game, not even more than 10 minutes, and not because I don't want to. Like, my heart is aching. I want to watch and enjoy NBA basketball. It was such a major part of my life. Basketball is like the most important sport in my entire existence. But how can you watch something that you start hating? It's not that I want to, but I hate today's NBA. And what I don't get is, why are we blaming the wrong people? Why do I see reports in newspapers? Why do I see blogs? Why do I hear interviews from players blaming NBA analysts, blaming social media? No, there are two. In my opinion, there are two. One being Adam Silver, and the other people, I call them one, are the players. Adam Silver, to me, like, how in the world, in your position, can't you get players to do their job the right way? Like, for example, the All-Star game situation. For so many years, the All-Star game has been the biggest load of bull.
The Bucks by way of Athens, Greece, and comes up with a steal.
And you're telling me that you, as a commissioner of the NBA, you are not able to get players to play hard? What weak shit is that? I'm sorry, but in your position, there are so many options. Like, if you can get players to play hard, tell them not to come. I'd rather see a less skilled player playing hard than a superstar who literally does not give a about the game, honestly. The other thing is, if I see that your solution for the NBA All-Star game is to change the format in this way that we're getting now, I think, like, I always thought that guy was a smart person. Honestly, I always thought that guy was a smart person, because I'm not attacking him as a human being. I don't know him. But from his beginning, I thought, okay, he was very well spoken. He seemed sophisticated, but his problem solving is ridiculous. It is simply ridiculous. He in every other sport, for example, if you have a club manager and they suck at their job, you fire them. And even though I'm a big fan of giving people time to get acquainted with their job, to give them time to develop some stuff and some skill sets and everything, Adam Silver is doing that job for more than too many years. Remove him from that position. Remove him from that position. But the other people that we have to blame are the players. And why is nobody taking responsibility? Why is nobody taking responsibility? Like, I can show you hundreds of clips where I'm wondering what happened to basketball IQ. What has happened to basketball IQ? Like, to me, it feels like even people who are in their early 20s, if you have like some type of a brain, there are certain things that you don't do on a basketball court, and there's certain things that you have to do. I want to show you a clip.
He had 3 points on Thursday. He gambled and went for the steal there, and Lively turned down an inside shot.
Now that you have seen the clip, how in the world can that be like the prototype of things that we see in the NBA on a regular basis? How can you pass up an open dunk to risk a three-pointer? Like, where is the logic in that? And if you take a look at the bench, people are cheering and happy about it. Nobody's even questioning that play. What have we become? What has happened to the game that we grew up with? And this has nothing to do with an old man hating on the game. I just want to look. I can live with certain changes and certain things that are different to the game that I grew up with. I totally get that. I can totally live with that. Like, of course, I love the physicality of the 80s, but I can also live with a game where people are not beating each other up, but at least be competitive. Yeah, but at least give me 100% on the basketball court and at least play in a smart way that the essence of the game, the intelligence of the game is still visible. Basketball was a game of chess. What is it now? A game of stupidity. And I'm sorry that I'm so mad, but I can't take it no more. You know, I don't like Stephen A. I really don't like him because he's basically the way that I am right now. Like, super loud and everything. But I'm not doing that to stand out or anything. The only reason why I'm doing that is because I'm really so frustrated. Magic Johnson, for example, has been very outspoken for so many years. Charles Barkley has been outspoken for many years. Shaq has been outspoken for many years, and I love it that they actually speak their minds. Magic, if you ever see this video, you would be my commissioner. Because you have the brain, you are outspoken, and you understand what makes the game great. He would be my commissioner. Last thing, the reason why I'm getting so upset with this is, and I don't care if people hate this video, I really don't care at this point anymore, but we have to understand the game of basketball, it touched millions of people around the world, and obviously the NBA. It changed people's lives. It gave so many people joy. It gave so many people hope. It gave so many people everything. And to see right in front of my eyes how the game is getting destroyed and it's getting worse and worse. Like 3 years ago, I already thought it couldn't get any worse. And now 3 years later, I think it got a lot worse. Somebody has to stop that. The game has so much potential to make people happy. And I'm not talking only about the kids. That is the thing that really pisses me off about Adam Silver. You are literally not caring about the people who helped the game to become popular in the 80s and 90s. We were the ones who bought the jerseys. We were the ones who bought the trading cards. We were the ones who tuned in television. We were the ones who helped the game to become huge, a worldwide phenomenon. So why are we excluded in a game that we helped build? This is what I don't understand. This is what pisses me off. Anyway, I wanted to say that.